following movie is rated R.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Mutant Year Zero. Thank you for joining us again as we try to survive the wasteland. If you're new, hit the subscribe button and bell so you don't miss out on future episodes. Also, be sure to give us a thumbs up and leave a comment so we know how we're doing. Thank you, and welcome to Mutant Year Zero.
Well, looks like you're back, maybe? Oh, okay. Chev?
Never left.
Okay. And Perkin is mic muted, but listening, I'm sure. So, I think the intent from our last session was to make an attack on the sandbank by the river, where they had kind of established a makeshift base. Is that correct? And you've got permission to take an assortment of folks with you, fighters. And I guess first thing, since we're at the Ark, would be let's go ahead and work on our Ark project before we get too far separated here. It's been a while since we started at the Ark, you know what I mean? So we're rolling against Comprehend for this particular one. Nice thing is you only need 2 more successes to finish tank project number 1. And Perkin, do you want to roll when you get to your computer, or would you like for us to roll for you? Yeah, you've got your manipulate there. Well, we've got 1 success from Chev. Velvet. Actually, we don't have to worry about Perkin rolling. That's going to finish that up. So, awesome. Your first step towards owning your own armored vehicle. All right, so we've got that done. Basically, the elders are able to round up. See, I have a total here. What is it? Yeah, 12 people to go with you on this raid. You guys feel like that's enough to make this attack?
I mean, we don't really know how many people we're going to be up against, but I also know we can't afford to spare everyone, so I'm thinking probably.
Okay. Perkin feels that yes, it's satisfactory, and so okay. Are you going to do anything daring like attack at night, or are you going to go ahead and attack during the day?
Well, attacking at night means that if I'm going to be doing the sniper thing, I don't think that works. Doesn't work as well when you can't friggin' see. Unless sniper rifle has a night scope on it or something.
Well, don't forget that they had large fires on the beach there to kind of light their area. So it's probably likely that those will offer some light for the area. I mean, it won't be pitch black there.
Well, what's your take, Jeff?
I think I'd lean towards the night attack. If they don't know what's hitting them.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, so you guys could leave mid-afternoon and get there pretty well because it's all of 1, 3, 5. So that's like 2.5 hours to get, about 3 hours to get there, roughly 3.5. So not bad
Okay.
at all.
We're gonna do the night thing, then yeah, sounds like the best option. And we can travel back as a group, which will hopefully keep anything nasty from coming after us.
Yeah, and there's if you do a good job, I mean, you can always take up residence in their camp and camp out for the night. You know, it's not like you've never camped out in the zone before.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right. So I've had 2 weeks to think about how to do this combat session, and I'm gonna let you guys kind of weigh in on this. With this number of of NPCs, not players, but NPCs involved, it's going to be a lengthy combat. I mean, it might be the entire game session essentially, and I'm okay with that because you're talking about you're bringing with you 15 people that we've got to get through attack rolls, and then of course they've got their whatever they've got that have to go through theirs. And I'm willing to do that, but it's you're going to have a lot of sitting because there's just 3 of you, and then I've got to run all the NPCs. And I'm sure you could. I mean, you could help me with like the ARC NPCs. I could have you roll for them and stuff. But again, it's kind of tedious. So we can do it sort of like a modified ARC versus ARC. And I've assigned their group a combat rating, and I've assigned your group a combat rating. And then what I'd like to do is here's the modified portion, is that I'd like to discuss your tactics, and I will modify, either give you pluses or minuses for what I think how I think your tactic on the attack is going to work. And then also I want you to make basically a single attack roll, the 3 of you, and how well your attack roll goes, I will additionally modify your overall roll, your combat value rather, and then we'll go ahead and do like the book says in page 114 for the resolution, where we will roll the dice and compare successes and go from there. Again, that's a shortcut, and it leaves it to just a very few dice rolls versus a lot of dice rolls and a lot of time involved. What would you prefer? So, for example, just to give you a little more information on if we go combat value to combat value, right now your group has got a combat value of 1. However, because you've chosen to attack at night, I'm going to assign a +1 and bring you up to a combat value of 2 because of the tactic of surprising in the middle of the night. These folks are not used to that kind of thing, and that is definitely going to surprise them if you jump them in the middle of the night. So I would assign a combat value of 2. We would then look at the map, and you tell me how you're going to swing these additional 12 people in, where you're going to attack from, how you're going to move in through. I may assign another additional bonus. If I think it's a complete cluster how you're doing, though, I might assign a minus. And then, like I say, you would make your combat rolls, and I would assign additional bonuses for any really exceptional combat rolls that you make, to represent basically your effect on the combat as a star player. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or
we
we
have
can.
a timeline on Perkin getting home. I don't want to make a whole lot of decisions on him, especially since there's so few of us.
Okay, so Josh prefers arc combat, so combat rating to combat rating. It would be. He's chatting on Discord.
Oh shit! Okay, I didn't even notice.
It's. I don't mind either way. It's just going to be a grind if we do this mono to mono kind of thing, and it will take up most of the evening. Which again, I'm okay. We haven't had a good ruckus in a while.
No, we have not. If the art combat's what he's wanting, then that's fine with me.
Chev, how are you feeling about it?
You know me. I'm in complete agreement with him.
I figured you would support that. So, all right. So let's move over to the map here.
Do we get to make preparations?
Yes, that's what I'm doing here. I'm moving you to the map so you can kind of talk about how you want to attack and you guys can discuss this. Take your time. You're not actually there. This is just from what you saw last time. And when you come up across the river, you will see there are a few minor changes. And I'm going to let you think about how you want to attack from here. You've reconnoitered this area extensively. I mean, you've been there now. This will be the third time, so you're familiar with the area. You know how you might want to approach the best way and everything like that. And then, like I said, I've got your 12 additional fighters there for you. And I think I might have to go through and actually individually add each of you so you can move them here. Controlled by all players. Yeah. And that way you can lay them out and show me how you want to do how you would be doing the attack, essentially.
Well, first things first. I'm going to ask very nicely if I can borrow that sniper rifle.
From the Ark?
Yes.
Yeah, they told you can take any weapon you need from the Ark.
How many bullets does it have?
Well, there's probably been some collected through the stalkers that have been out. So we're gonna say there are. Don't worry, roll 20. Take your time.
No hurry.
It says rolling the dice. You have 13 rounds.
Oh, more than that. I'm in the kitchen right now. When I get back, I'll ask for the stats for it.
Okay, about got these where you can move all these tokens the way you want. Okay, Chev, you want to check to see if you can move those tokens there? Your little peoples.
Yeah, I'm getting the 4-way arrow whenever I go over them. So yeah, I can move all of them.
Nice. Okay. Okay. You need to look up the sniper rifle.
Okay, I'm back at my computer.
Yeah, I think it's the. Is there a sniper rifle in Gen Lab, or did we just modify the hunting rifle? I think
there's a legit sniper rifle in Facebook.
In the base book?
I believe so.
Well, I found the hunting rifle, but I'm not finding a sniper rifle. Okay, damage of 3 is what it's going to be. And it's going to be a +2 bonus. Of course, long range.
Not distant? Interesting.
Oh, there is that other one, is there? Distant, yes. Yeah, sure. Why not?
It's a sniper rifle. It's the one gun made to shoot super far.
As far as you can see, though, probably not that far, but
No. Is that what distant is?
yeah.
No. Okay. I guess if it had a scope on it, but I don't know if it does or not.
It was the ape from the tower that scooped her head off. Are you wanting that ape to go with you to fight? Is that what it is? It's pretty cool. I feel like we're playing by post here. I was reading something and I was kind of surprised how many people actually do that. Role playing by post.
That's what we used to have to do.
Oh, you're talking about the sniper rifle. Yeah, we're talking way back. Okay. That was like season 1 kind of stuff. Okay. Yeah, that you're talking about that sniper rifle. Okay, that's like a Barrett, yeah. So regular hunting rifle was 2. What did I tell you the damage was on the sniper? 4 or 3?
3.
3? Let me look at what a Barrett is in the Twilight 2000. Doesn't exactly transcend, or what's the word I'm looking for? Doesn't exactly match up because they've tweaked.
Translate.
Yeah, they've tweaked the Year Zero engine just enough to be a little cattywampus, but damage is 4 on that. So Barrett has a damage of 4, and it's still a +2. That's what a hunting rifle scoped is. So 4 damage. Yeah, 4 damage, base damage, and then you get a +2 for the sight.
Good lord.
All right, so you'll have the sniper. Was anybody else going to take anything special from the arc?
I'm not sure what else there is, but I am fairly happy with the gun that deals the most damage out of any weapon in the entire game, so I'm set.
Yeah, it's pretty spooky nasty. In Twilight 2000, it's particularly devastating because in Twilight 2000, the weapons have what's called a crit number. And the way the crit number works is if I hit you with the weapon and I exceed the damage with that hit of the crit number, it doesn't matter if I don't break you. Like, let's say, like in this case, the Barrett is a crit number of 3 and it does 4 damage. Okay, so that's an auto crit. But let's say you've got 5. Let's say you've got one armor, so it reduces it to 3. Then you take 3 points out of the 4, okay? And you've got a 5 health, all right? So that wouldn't break you. But since I exceeded, I did 4 points of damage and my crit number is 3, you still have to roll on the crit table. And they have crit tables for each body part in Twilight 2000. So head, torso, arms, and legs. And abdomen, I think, even. So it's a little grittier combat, and it can get really nasty when you roll on the crit table for the head.
Goodness. That's just the recipe for just murdering people as quickly as possible.
Yep. Unfortunately, that is also reciprocal. So when you get hit with the bullets, it's the same thing.
Whatever are you talking about?
Yeah. Just ask Bob and his double critted self.
2 sessions in a row, I got a crit. It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah, blood is a suggestion. You don't need it, I guess.
All right, so you'll notice, as you guys are kind of approaching the area, everybody's done getting what they wanted, right? I don't want to rush that. If there's something else you want to prepare for, I was looking at the notes from last time, and I think you made some Molotovs. You made smoke bombs. You made pipe bombs, and they were yeah. And then Chev, you made a taser stick.
Oh yes, yes I did.
It's a 1d6 agility hit and 1 point of damage, but it does 3d6 against synths, and has a +1 gear bonus. Just as a reminder.
Hang on a second, let me make sure. Multitasking.
It's all right.
I think I put that in. Yeah, just run that by one more time.
It's a +1 gear bonus. It does 1d6 agility damage to animals and mutants and people. Its base damage is 1 point of damage, regular damage. And then it does 3d6 agility against synths. Synthetics.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to find the EMP pistol.
Yeah, you should have that also. You were able to get that up and running.
Yeah, I have it. I just don't have the stats on it.
Oh, well.
That one's in Gen Lab, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Let me just look that up for you.
Let me grab a Gen Lab real quick. It wasn't in the main book, and then so I assumed it was in Megatron.
It's actually it's an EMP rifle, actually, I think.
Why have I got listed as a pistol?
There is a pistol.
Is there really?
There's a pistol and a rifle.
I only list a rifle in Gen Lab, so
Oh,
I
like
bet
straight up. Okay, so you don't mean like the laser pistol or the maser pistol?
no, it's
like
an
the EMP pistol.
Yeah, there may be an EMP pistol in. Might check in Elysium.
I still got all of them up. I'm not seeing an EMP pistol, just a maser pistol and a laser pistol.
Yeah.
Nope, laser pistol shoots explosions. Nope, not what we're looking at. And
Okay.
lastly, and Elysium also does not have a EMP pistol. It's got a Gauss pistol.
Okay,
Whatever
so
that is.
I probably said pistol and should have said rifle. That would not shock me at all. But to be honest, there could.
What book was that in?
It's in Gen Lab, and just you can keep calling it a pistol. It's essentially going to be the same thing. We would say that the pistol would have less battery power or less shots, essentially.
Yeah.
It's just a smaller capacity. I mean, it's kind of like a phaser 1 versus a phaser 2. They're on disintegrate. They both going to kill you. It's just I can kill a lot more people with a phaser 2 than a phaser 1 because I'm going to run out of power.
What's the stats on that real quick?
All right. Get a +3. Does 3 damage. It's an energy weapon, and it only harms robots and other electronic devices.
All right, Donka.
No problem. Also, just want to show you guys something I've added to the journal. You should see a roll 20 commands and a Discord commands. That's to roll stuff if you want to do use the dice roller in Discord, and then the roll 20 commands are just to help us remember if you want to whisper something or whatever. And if there's some commands that I don't have on there, please add them. I've got it set where it should be where you guys can edit it. Oh nope, I got to change that. There we go. Get it where all of you can edit it also. Just a quick reference that I've added. All right, so anything else there? Any? Let's see here. What's Josh has kicked off a few things. I would like to bring the surgery tools. Since we are going to go at night, make health potions and pass them out accordingly. We have animals with us that can dig. Let's see. Velvet, roll me a percentile dice. 25 and under, basically 25% chance to have another digging animal with you today. No other digging animals. Basically your stimulant potions, that's no problem. You'll have had time to make enough where I think it'd be reasonable to say you'd have enough time to make one for everybody. And what is it? The stimulant pills that heal damage. Which one is it that does that? Artifact. Wrong book. Okay, stimulants is the confusion. Is it aspirin? These are painkillers. So I'm going to count your potion like a painkiller, which basically you down the potion and your health goes up back up to full. So, how far out are you from being home, Perkin? 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Let me.
Take a quick break.
Okay, let's go and take a quick break then, and that way he can make some rolls, and he can also help kind of plan this attack on the base here. And yeah, so quick break, and we'll come back and get things rolling on this.
So around, they can be promoted with the big boys.
Yeah,
us.
Rick's group needs new blood. We're losing our guys. They're dropping like flies.
Yeah, well, that's a good idea. Maybe we'll look at that. Yeah, because I've got some. I can go back through the modules. I've got all the modules, and there are some lower level stuff that are specific adventures that we can tag to, and I can set up an additional server to handle that.
I'm sure that maybe one or two of us would be willing to like. I know that I am. Let me go with that instead. I'm willing to like play a different character who's like maybe they're like the maybe it's like you know how you have your patrols separated into like 3 or 4 guys.
Yeah.
Like one person who's the leader of that patrol. I'd be willing to do that.
Okay.
And then it's like on my recommendation to Rick, I could be like, I recommend this candidate to Rick's group and whatnot.
Okay, yeah, let's we'll look at that maybe. That's a good idea. I like that idea. That's a fantastic idea. All right. So, I guess when you're in Perkin, we can take a look at the combat map here.
Oh, sorry. There's something else that I want to bring from the Ark.
Okay.
As many rifles as we can.
The assault rifles.
Like,
Yeah, I
I
think.
don't want
Yeah.
people with not necessarily the assault rifles. I want curate rifles. I get that, like the what's it, the relic rifles, not relic, but the ancient rifles are going to be the best ones. But if we have any, we've got any other Barrett 50 cals, but I wouldn't mind other hunting rifles. If that makes sense.
There was another hunting rifle, I think, and I've kind of already figured in your combat score with that. Okay. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Um, all right. So once you get in, you can see kind of the layout. And I was going to go over with you. You notice as you're approaching from the north and crossing the river, you do notice that there's the addition of another boat. There's another boat there, and it appears to be maybe one more tent. But you don't really see as you're crossing the river and kind of looking with your binoculars that it seems to be that many more people necessarily. So you kind of see what you've got there.
Now is no, that's not what I wanted. I want that. Is this still like a higher ground?
Yes. Yes, so you've got this is sort of uh, a bluff to some extent. It's not terribly high, but then it heads down to the beach here. Okay? So
Okay.
this slopes down all this area then kind of slopes down this way here, and there's a little bit you can see right in here, you can see a little bit of it still. There's a bit of a berm here, but it's like maybe head tall. It's not bad at all. So this all kind of slopes down this way.
Okay. Which ones are synthetics and which ones are humans?
Well, best you can tell, get this all off of here. The synthetics appear to be the yellow ones.
Okay.
Woof woof. So how do you want to come at this group with you? You know, kind of what's your line of attack?
Okay. I want us to very, very quickly set up here because we don't have a lot of time because of those dogs. Which way's the wind blowing in from? Um, is the wind blowing into our faces or is it blowing away from us?
Actually, let me like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 8-sided dice, really. So the wind is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wind is going this way. Oops. Which is blowing your scent right to them, unfortunately. If you attack from this way.
And the alternative is going to attack from here, which would push us back to the beach, which we don't want to do. So
Yeah. If we're in the best position really to come in from the top, because that gives us the time before we, because
Yeah.
attack from the other side of the water is that's tight because it gives us no footing whatsoever. But if we give ourselves any sort of time, anything, we want to come from.
are the ships armed with anything?
Yes, they both. All of them have 2 heavy machine guns of some kind on the deck.
Oh, there's my targets.
I would like the first volley to be human specific, and I want there to be a first volley. I'd like to coordinate with my guys here, that we all want to start the attack at the same time. So I yell fire, that's when we'll start. And I want people to have human lined up in their sights.
Well, I think in that case, our
Is
best.
that acceptable, GM?
Yeah, you can set up where you want to do a 1 hit, towards humans first. Absolutely.
I'm thinking we should probably send.
Ooh, that's We'll do that instead. That's fine.
What I suggested, or
Sorry, talking to the DM.
Yeah. Is that what you want to do instead?
Yes.
Okay. Well, go ahead and explain that to your team.
I'm foregoing the health potions. We're going to cover our scent. The offer was put on the table that I could mask our scent instead, which is what I want to do.
okay.
So go ahead and give me a potion brew, and I'm just going to have you do 1 because you're going to brew a batch big enough to get everybody.
Okay. Positives, negatives.
Yeah, you've got your lab there. So what is it? The +3 I think you get for that, or is it like a +4?
Yeah. It's a +3, but do you want to reduce that based on batch
No,
size?
covering your scent is not a big deal for you guys. That's not going to be difficult. So
Okay.
you've got the +3 from your lab then. Okay, no problem. You get a batch of it whipped up, and everybody kind of spritzes their clothes with it. And those of you that are animals, you notice that you have a very difficult time smelling anybody anymore. It's got something that's just kind of gives a neutral smell to it. Each person.
Okay. Is this light? Is that basically like the light that the fires give?
Yes, the lights. Let's see here. If you basically the light boundary is going to be pretty much anything on this anything on this side is going to be well lit with these massive fires that they've got going.
Okay.
And up in here. But the trees quickly, the light drops off quickly on this side.
Okay. Especially with the screen. Okay.
Yeah, also the cliff really makes it drop off up here. Except for the fact they've got a couple fires up here in this campsite.
Right. Okay. So go ahead, and what I'd like to do, since we can cover our scent, we'll come from down here. And I want to kind of have people positioned in something like this. I want them still well outside of that right there. And I want, except for Velvet and Chev, 2 shooters. This one might be a little bit hard to coordinate beforehand, and if you say no, that's fine. I want 2 men, two NPC shooters on each human.
Okay, so
starting the closest and going to the back. And after we kill the guys that are in this, so that's going to be 8. That's going to be 8 NPCs right there, which means we only got like 4 left. So then,
yeah, you can't put two per person. You put 1 on each, and then you've got 4 to double up with. It looks like.
Yeah. Okay.
Or no, you've got No, you got more than that. You got 12 NPCs. Well, if you're just talking about the NPCs, yeah, you can do 1 per target out there, human target, and then you've got 4 extras.
Okay. So then what I want is Chev will take a close guy with his shotgun. Velvet will take a long guy with the rifle. And then I want two, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we'll throw another someone who has a 2 on that right there. So if they have an X, they've got 1 shooter. If they've got a circle, they've got 2 shooters.
Gotcha.
And then Velvet and Chev are taking 1 and 1 respectively.
Okay. All right, fantastic. You
Looks
missed
like I
one up
actually
here.
missed a guy
You did
right
miss
here.
one up. There you go. Okay.
So that's going to reduce one of these. I'll be the second shooter because I'll have 1 guy instead of 2 guys, and I'll be the second shooter on the close guy right here. And as soon as these guys are taken out, we clear the tents, and then we make our way down into the rest of it.
Okay, so you're going to kind of focus.
Assuming, of course, that everyone out here is dead.
Okay, so you're going to kind of focus up in here. Your push once you do once you do this initial snipe out, then you're going to push through here and head down, basically down through the camp.
We need to take the high ground. I want them to have no high ground, period, and then we move on the rest of it.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that's pretty good tactics.
And Velvet and Chev are my main guys to adjust. If they pull out some asset or something, like I don't know, they fly in a helicopter, or there's a dune buggy with a machine gun on it that they start moving around, then Velvet, Chev, and anyone who I'm next to that I deem necessary to sort of change their focus
Mm-hmm.
are my main people for that. And as people get on machine guns and whatnot, that's what Velvet will be taking care of and all that good stuff.
Okay. I like it.
What we'll probably even do is after that first volley, just Molotov these and move on.
The tents?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, no, we're not going to do that. We won't Molotov these, the top tents, because I want to take the high ground. I don't want anyone sneaking up on us or anything. So we'll move through these, then Molotov the tents down here, because we'll not be leaving the high ground, you know.
Okay.
So
All
if
right.
anyone runs out or anything, we can see them.
All right. Any use of your smoke at all?
After we make the push into here, that's when we'll pop the smoke up here to cover, so that we can cover the light up that these fires are giving away.
Okay, to conceal your position better.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Anything else you want to tell me about?
Can we see what the engine blocks on the, like, are they, or is the engines of these boats above
No.
where it can be? No.
No, they're below deck. They're big enough to have
Okay.
a couple of decks. It's like small yachts,
All right.
about the size of the Nina or the Pinta. If you've ever seen
Okay.
that.
I would love to keep these robots as assets, but I don't want them up here on the high ground with us in case they have any, like, wireless or something like that, like radios that just go straight to their heads or something. I don't know. So when we move up on them, do like a coup de grace thing on these guys that are on the top, assuming they're not moving. If they're just like not moving, then do a coup de grace on them right up here.
Okay, so are you going to utilize the EMP gun at all?
Chev, would you mind doing that?
Not one bit.
Okay.
Okay, so you are going to EMP the robots?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That would be phase 2 after the initial shoot fest, right?
Yeah.
Basically trying to take out the command and control and then the troops secondary.
Yeah.
Assuming that
Hopefully,
the humans are controlling the bots.
right, and we don't know how many humans are in these boats or these tents, you know. Hopefully not that many. But if we can, I'd like to have the humans so panicked that they won't be able to issue orders to their bots very well, because that can absolutely happen.
Okay. Given anything else?
After we've cleared the tents, these tents up top and these tents down in the bottom, Velvet and a few others on Overwatch, just like if we see anyone who gets to the driving wheel or something of one of these boats, that they're taking shots, and then the rest of us will move through and clear boats one at a time.
Okay.
Or maybe we'll split that up into 2 groups, because we'll still have like 10 guys, something like that.
I will also add, as a small contingency, since I'll be likely staying outside the entire time, if I see something that is truly foobar, I do have a singular shot in my flare gun I can use.
Okay. Basically, to notify that there's something really bad wrong about to happen.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
I have kept this flare gun for actual months. I want to use it once.
I hope you don't use it tonight, though.
No, not with that context. I still want to. have had this for over a year.
Okay.
That's it. I have no further comment.
All right. So
Well, looking at the map there, I certainly hope not.
all right, I'm going to give you a combat value of 6 based on the use of EMP rifles, your scent blockers, your tactics, attacking at night, stuff like that. And so you'll have 6d6 to roll. Okay?
Okay.
So you do have me at a disadvantage.
Wants to roll that.
Well, I would nominate you, Mr. Armchair General.
Sure. Do you want any of that as gear dice? Because I know that has some importance too.
It's only, well, no, you can have fails on these. That makes a difference because you can push this roll up until the point of you can't push anymore.
Right, but some of that is gear. Some of that is gear, and some of that is people.
Not in a resolution against the arc. In an arc attacks against the arc, it's your combat level.
I thought it was divided up as differently, but okay.
So on page 114, if you want to take a quick look at it and tell me if I'm missing something. Basically, it's battle level to battle level, and you roll the battle level number of dice, and you get successes and failures, and you both roll that on down until you're done rolling, and you compare who had the most successes, and then there's a chart to see what the results are.
Yep.
So you get to roll basically 6 base dice, and I'm going to roll 4. And you can roll that off your dice pool.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to.
Now I'm going to go ahead and push. Push again. Push again. Okay, so you're down. You got basically 1 success. Is that right? Your first roll of 6, you had down to 5 dice.
Until.
So you got 1 success.
Yeah, 1 success.
And I got 3. So the dogs basically pick up your scent in this initial stage of combat here. As a result, your initial attack and ambush does not go as smoothly as you'd hoped, okay? Basically, I need a give me a 2d6 roll. In the initial foray, they kill 8 of your people.
Jesus?
Yeah, kill. Yeah, kill. Well, we're assuming they're all NPCs. We're going to figure out if any of you were hitting that foray here in a second. You, on the other hand, also kill 6 of theirs. I couldn't have rolled any better for you there. This wasn't a completely one-sided deal. I mean, you do damage them, so let's see, 6. Now, out of the 8, I need a percentile dice roll. If you roll a 25% or less, one of the player characters was hit, and we'll have to resolve that as a. We'll do an armor check and see if they take any. Okay, so basically you lost 8 of your 12 NPCs. So let me recalculate here my battle ratings because it's a significant hit on both. but you've still got high ground. And really, you with the use of the EMP, you're in a, are you using the EMP before you take out maybe all of the humans, or?
Well, I mean, I don't think that plan went anything like it was written up
Yeah.
to be. So it's just going to be, it's
Okay.
yeah. We'll bring that online, just taking out robots
Okay. All right.
that are
So
up here as we try to take the high ground.
I'm down to 2 dice, and you're down to 3 for this next round of fighting. Yep, I got 1 success. Wow. There we go. Okay, in this case, it's a stalemate. So we're going to go into another round of combat. I roll 2 dice. You roll your 3. Heavy fighting still. Yeah, look at this. I get 0 successes this time.
Now's your chance.
Look at all these 1s. This is crazy. Keep rolling.
1 success.
1 more dice.
1 more dice.
Oh, man. All right, so
1.
give me a 1d6 roll. How many more of my people you kill? Ouch. Yeah, that's going to reduce me down to minimal here. All right. Next round, I've got a whole whopping 1 dice against you. You still have your 3. I get nothing again.
2.
All right, that's going to finish me off. So, wait, go ahead, Chef.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
So, the way I kind of see this happening is you guys kind of get in place, and maybe one of the NPCs gets a little too close to the camp, whatever it may be, but one of the dogs manages to sniff it out and alerts that there's an issue. Now, it doesn't necessarily engage with you, but just alerts the guards there. So your surprise is thrown. And in this initial, you guys then kind of have to jump the gun, and not everybody was quite in position and everything, and they were not fully surprised. So in the first volley, they got you pretty hard. But everybody, basically rallied. As the player characters, you guys were taking out specific targets that were problematic and that were causing a lot of harm to you. You were very clear that Velvet was going to be taking out problematic targets and things like that, and basically probably the guns on the ship were probably your biggest concern, and so rather Velvet took out the gunners, and then your attack essentially gained momentum, and you were able to move down off the bluff and clean out the last remnants on the beach. Okay. Now, something I'd like to point out that was giving them a bonus that once you hit the beach, popped up on you, and you were like, "Oh crap!" and caused a little bit of concern. Were these that came up out of the water, and that was giving them a heightened combat bonus, and caused significant casualties as well. And when you attacked, they came rolling up out of the water and engaged frontal with you and caused some issues. But you basically took some heavy casualties, but you got the job done. I would like all of you to roll a d4 for me. Okay, Perkin, how much health do you have on a normal day?
3.
All right, you take 2. All right, in the combat, you've taken 2. Chev, what's your normal health?
Health is off of strength, right?
Yep.
2.
So you take 1 point. Okay. Velvet, what's your normal strength?
4.
Okay, so you're going to take the full 3 on that. Okay. You got banged up in this. This was it almost didn't go your way kind of thing, but you got the job done. Now, do you want to talk about what do you want to talk about first? The remnants of the people here, the androids, or the boats? What do you want to do next?
The boats.
Okay, so the boats are fairly sizable. Again, I don't know if any of you have seen like the Nina or Pinta replicas, but you've got a couple of decks, and they're kind of a largish, a little larger than an average fishing boat that they would take out. I mean, it's not quite like a yacht, but not just a angler's fishing boat to go out on the ocean either, because it's got several decks. They've got like a galley, actual staterooms and things on like that on there. Okay. Likewise, each one has two heavy machine guns on the deck mounted, and they're on 360 mounts, so they can pretty well shoot any direction. You find quite a bit of food stores that are in good shape, so good water, good food, enough to really bolster your supply at the Ark. You find some radio equipment on both vessels. And let me write some of this down here. I'm going to put this in the chat for you. That one might interest you.
Does.
And then each of the humans out there have a plate carrier armor vest. And you're surprised to see most of them have scrap weapons. They're well-made scrap weapons, but they're still scrap weapons.
You said some of those scrap weapons were actually full auto?
Yes.
Okay.
And 2 of them had assault rifle, actual full-on assault rifles.
Okay. Those will get donated back to the Ark when we get back.
Wow. Much wow. Okay.
Ouch.
And you could take that up to 5 damage if you wanted.
Yeah, I mean, that still hurts. Just disappointing. It's only 2 6s.
Now, something interesting, because this attack went kind of sideways, unfortunately.
Wine shape, if you will.
Yeah, it was. I got really worried and concerned when all the ones were coming up. You notice over here, this person, you come across this person here, and he's basically one of the dogs has him by essentially the neck, and you can see where they both essentially died at the same time. He's got a knife in the side of the dog, and it killed him. But that is actually somebody you recognize. Ranveg?
Mm-hmm.
You recognize the name? It's the gentleman you let go. Looks like he helped participate in the attack. So it looks like he came down to the camp, and when you attacked, he attacked his own people. But he is dead.
Okay.
So you don't have any concerns about him maybe turning loose of anything at this point. All right, so basically you're talking about through the midst of this, you've probably got Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Probably 10 good scrap rifles.
Okay.
A few good temps.
Yeah. And we'll say 4 of which full auto.
Okay. Anyone who participated in this attack is going to get their choice of any gear that. Because I mean, like, we don't need it.
Even the full auto
But,
scrap
like,
rifles?
Even the full auto scrap rifles. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Chev would like to get a hold of one of the full auto scrap rifles for reproduction purposes.
understood.
That's totally fair.
Okay. So, yeah, no problem. You can collect that up. Got 2 of them grab assault rifles, and the other 2 that are living um, pick the full auto scrap rifles. So
Okay. Plate carriers as well, and we'll bring all the stuff back with us to be
yeah. No,
fixed at the yard.
definitely they pick up some of the plate carriers also. So what? And you're gonna take down the tents and everything, I guess, and haul those back. What are you gonna do with the boats?
Can we take the boats?
Well, you can, yeah, you can, it's not hard to work them. I mean, you guys can
Worked
get them
a
out
boat
there.
before.
Uh,
I mean, long term, I mean, the boat is the way to get out to them, right?
Yep.
That's part of the reason why we came out here, was to take boats.
yeah. So
We needed boats for our assault on their base.
it's kind of a matter of finding somewhere to hide them, and there's it. On the map here, you've got kind of this tributary little bit that kind of spritz off from the main river. Okay, and you haven't been down in here yet, but you might check down here and see if you can find um, a place where you can hide them, or you could hide them in the hot zone if you want.
No, irradiated boats is like a bad idea. Nope, nope, and no.
We could take them further down the river if we wanted to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's up to you how you want to where you want to take them. I just need to know, and you do have enough people to get all 4 boats or all 3 boats down the river.
Just speaking out of game. So N3 is a hot zone.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If we if we went through that zone and one of these boats falls to the wall, how bad would the hit be on us?
Well, let me see here.
Well, I know the generalized idea of you take each walk into a zone is like 2 hours, which is more than enough time to get through radiation. But if you're talking about like a boat going full speed through it, I imagine the risk should be minimal.
If you were
the way I'm thinking is if it's not much of a risk, we could barrel through there, and then the radiation should discourage anybody from going that far upstream, and we wouldn't have to hide them as well.
Right. I mean, we also have the added bonus of this is as far as they've gone. They haven't gone any farther than that.
That we know about.
That we know about.
so that particular N3 is extremely hot. It's level 3 when you were down there walking around.
That's really bad.
That's probably why these guys stopped here.
Yep. figure it out, they figure it out. Nobody likes that stupid submarine.
Yeah,
I'd say
basically
hit it with a
it's
nuke, but
if you were, if you were walking in through whatever it is. I mean, I don't know if you remember what's down there. Do you remember what this is?
It's the nuclear sub, isn't it?
Yeah.
That
Yep,
whatever
that's,
reactor thing overflowed and broke down, and
that's where the lizards were, and the lizards were overrun by the Zools or
Yeah,
Zools,
the infected. Yeah.
yeah.
So, you can probably ascertain that the rot is limited to the water there. Okay, and it's going to be right by that sub, just downwind of it, where it's really bad, and it's basically a leaking reactor. Is it going to be hot to ride the boats through there? Probably a bit. But it's probably contained to the water also. Now the hulls will get hot, but you park them somewhere, and it shouldn't kill you.
that's not a great bar to set.
Yeah. Well, I'm
You're
just
talking
saying. I
about
mean, if you want
radiation.
to try it,
Yeah. So we probably should recon the tributary first, then.
Yeah, we'll
Maybe there's
recon
a
the
harbor or
tributary first.
something.
Yeah, we'll have to do that, and we'll also have to find a place to rest because I think most of us are at 1 hit point. If something dumb happens, we're toast.
yeah, you guys came really close to not making it through that. I got really concerned with some of the rolls that were happening there.
Hey, I'll be right back, guys.
Yep. So what do you think? You want to do the tributary? You've got boats where you can just kind of scoot down.
We'll want to check that first.
Scoot down and around here. Pretty easy. What are you going to do with all the bodies and the tents? You're going to take the tents down and put them on the boat? And
yeah.
How about the bodies?
Arrange them in the creative art, telling them to fuck off. I don't know.
Doing a little Game of
We
Thrones
can turn
action.
them into food and.
Ouch.
I think you guys should have learned your lesson last time from doing that. Okay.
Just taking a page out of Rick's book, literally.
And eating it, apparently. Yeah, I don't know technically what to do here. Throw them in the river, maybe?
Well, there's things in there that do eat meat, as poor Reg almost found out.
We'll bury him.
Well, that won't be hard for you. Go ahead and spend, say, 4 of your animal mutant points to get that job done, Perkin.
Right.
Dig a hole.
Do you want to rest up for the evening, eat your food, restore your health overnight? Because you did attack right at dusk, I assume, or just right into twilight. And this battle probably took maybe 30, 40 minutes max. So do you want to sleep a shift?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and restore all your points. And things stay pretty quiet overnight. Get some scavengers sniffing around because of all the blood. But nothing bad. And let's see here. Give me a D6 roll on a 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got a stalker with you. In the remaining 4 that are alive. Okay, so you've got a stalker. Give them
Sure, we've got maps and compasses and binoculars for them as well.
Mm-hmm. think that gives them a +4, or is it a 5? Or is it better than that even?
All 3 of them?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on. Basically, it depends on the quality of the binoculars, because the compass is 2, the map is 2, the binoculars is up to 3.
Beautiful. Okay, so you explore this one as you're going in. All right, so when you get up around in here, you find where you can get into. It's like where they would bring barges in to unload, and it's kind of off the river a little bit, and you can hide the boats here.
We'll do that.
From there, what would you like to do?
Go home, presumably?
Yeah, go home.
So that's probably going through. Shortest way would be to go through here. Woo. So you get on back to the Ark. Of course, the council wants to see you as soon as you hit the door. Basically.
Yep.
Hey, real quick, Chev would have probably disabled the engines on those 2 boats just in case.
Okay. Okay, down to you got a population of 61 now in the Ark after that battle.
Yep.
Okay. So you disabled the boats, and they're at essentially L. What's that? L6. Okay, got that noted. Who's going to go in and talk to the council?
It's probably going to be at least me. Anyone else who wants to come along is more than welcome.
I think I'll go red and hide in there.
Okay, so the 3 of you will go in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They look worried. They how did and Suchet's the first to speak. He says, "Did everyone make it back okay?"
No. No.
Little head shake.
How many did we lose?
8.
You see all of them, they kind of lower their heads and they said, was the mission successful at least?
We were successful. We now have 3 boats in our possession, as well as some other equipment that will be very useful, and the additional food that they had stored, which was quite a substantial sum.
Yeah, you will have had to have left that at the boat, and you'll have to basically.
Well, it's in our possession.
Yeah.
Like,
so
it's pretty much ours.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to basically the Ark will have to send down some people to go get it, and it's not gonna be a problem because you've blazed a trail now there. The other thing, would you have buried the 8 there, or would you have brought them
No,
onto
we
the
would have
boat
brought them back.
Okay, so there'll have to be a body recovery also from the boat because you
Fair enough.
can't drag 8 bodies with you,
Yep.
So, Suchet says, "Okay, we'll handle the arrangements for that. You've done enough in the planning and execution of this this battle." Almond Kerr pipes up and says, "What would you recommend as our next step?"
Coordinate with the Hell Drivers to take out the android production facility.
Did these androids give you much trouble?
Yes. We can't let them have any more than they already do.
Did they have a significant number of them in their force?
No, but they modified them with a new one that is particularly troublesome.
I see. What? Why is it so much more troublesome?
It's bigger, it's heavier, it's more violent,
I see.
and it's more spiky bits.
Spiky bits. Okay, so uh, Calgoo says, "Do you think we need the Hell Drivers to assist with the destruction of that facility?"
I think if the Hell Drivers want to benefit from the freedom that from the pirates that's going on here, they'd better contribute. This is the battle to do it.
I see. Okay. Zingo says, or actually, it'd be back to Suchet. Suchet says, I want you to know that while you were gone, some of the other stalkers have come back and mentioned that they have started to see these flying craft again. The way they describe them to me, it's not the Watchers that we fought. They're not the big spheres. They're smaller, but they appear to be gaining in number in this just north of us, and they do appear to be searching.
They're looking for us.
With the Hell Drivers too.
So that
They
that
know
has
who the
picked up
Helldivers are.
significantly.
They told us.
Zingo then pipes up and says, "Council members, uh, esteemed protectors of the Ark, perhaps we should not destroy this android facility. Is there a way that
Do
we
you
could
know
use
how
it
they
for
work?
ourselves?" What did you say, Velvet?
Do you know how they work?
Well, no, I don't. However, I have great confidence in Chev, and Suchet is not unknown to work on these problems as well. Two of the council members, Suchet and Almond, are kind of shaking their head a little bit, like, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Now, I have a question for you, GM. How present do you think Velvet was during the events of Gen Lab?
I would say that you, especially since you were caring for your younger brother, are very aware of the brutality of the Watchers. So your agitation at the thought of androids or anything mechanical like that uh, really existing probably irritates you to a significant degree.
That's about the answer I was looking for. So who said this?
Zingo.
She kind of tilts forward a little bit towards him and pins her ears back a little bit. Having dealt with a bunch of robots before, a lot of them can have things that are not great for having them around, like being able to relay information back to people who are controlling them and hidden in their eyes. I've seen that before.
And keep in mind, Zingo is one of
Zingo,
the
Zingo
animals.
is
Yeah,
a yeah.
is an animal also, which really surprised you.
I mean, you weren't there. You saw all the stuff the Watchers are capable of.
Yes, I'm well aware of it, but it's from what I've gathered, these are not the Watchers, and um, Erkin himself was able to print one and had great success at making it a friend. Suchet says, I think we'll table that question for later. I don't know that, well, it doesn't, he kind of finally just says, it does not have my support. And when he does that, Almond Kerr and Kalgu both say, Zingo, I don't think that's a good idea. We don't know enough about it, and we don't have time or the luxury to really figure that problem out, and we don't want to weaken our already tenuous situation, essentially. So Zingo is, you can tell, is a kind of perturbed about it, but sits down and concedes. So they say, what preparations do you need from us to help you with the assault on this production facility, and how long will it take you to gather up the hell drivers that you need?
We'll have to go and see the hell drivers right away.
Personally, this
And
time, I don't think you can use the signal stuff anymore.
no, we'll have to see them personally. I agree with that. A lot of it depends on them. I'll have to see. Because if I know that if I said we attack tomorrow, that every possible resource that we have would be rallied to that effort.
Okay. Do you know how to contact the hell drivers without the signal fire? Is Lena still able to help you with that?
We know about where they are now.
I think it's Lena.
Yeah, it is Lena.
It is Lena.
Too many
Yeah,
names
we
in my
know
head.
about where. Don't I know the feeling? We know about where they are, so and they know that we know, so they should be okay with us coming to visit about something so serious.
Okay. Um, Alman Kerr says, "Can you leave tomorrow? Is that too soon?"
I'd like to leave tonight if we could.
By all means, if you feel like you can do it safely.
Everyone's rested up and everything, right?
Yep, we had a day.
There's
Probably want to
nothing more
grab
to
some
prep.
more. Probably want to grab some more rations.
Well, you got plenty of those
Food.
if you need them.
Yeah.
We'll take a radio with us as well. Two radios, even. One of them goes to the hell drivers.
Probably a good idea, yeah.
Is this acceptable before the council?
Absolutely. Take everything you need. This is a top priority mission. So basically, just write up what you're wanting.
Where would you like that?
In the Roll20 chat, please.
I would like to bring the handwritten recipe for the basic healing potions,
Okay.
as well as
The recipe for the healing potions.
yes,
Just making some notes here.
What do you guys think? I'm actually having a hard time deciding whether or not I should bring the recipe for pipe bombs.
But it helps them will help us, so yeah. And they would be absolutely stupid to turn their backs on us at this point.
So yes to the pipe bombs recipe.
Sounds like it. Anything else? What do you guys think?
I think those two would be alright enough gift if that's what we're doing here.
I don't want a gift. I want them to be ready. I'm not like we're gonna have this fight before they have a chance to really figure out how the pipe bombs and their healing potion work. But we'll have a moment to breathe after we get rid of the android place. And I figure that's when we'll go to Skywheel, get the rest of the EMP stuff, and go and recruit the rabbits, and then go up to fight. And then make our assault on the oil rig.
Okay. Hopefully they're fast learners.
Okay, so the trip up. Are you driving in the truck then?
Yes. We'll be bringing a star with us.
Okay.
And we will be, if we see significant traffic from the stuff flying in the air, then we'll park the truck probably here before we make our way up to the Hell Drivers.
I'm sorry, I was looking at the other side. Where are you going to park the truck? Here? Okay. All right. And which stalker do you want to bring with you? Cilia or Franton?
We shouldn't run into too much trouble. Let's bring Cilia.
Okay. Fantastic. And you're going to head out, even though it's about to be nighttime, you're going to head out overnight.
Yep.
Okay, so are some sleeping in the back of the truck while the others drive is kind of the gist I'm getting in?
That's the vibe I was going for.
Okay, cool.
Real road trip.
Fantastic. So,
and I believe Chev did teach Velvet how to drive. So I think she's probably the next best candidate for it.
So 3 hours to get here in the truck, okay?
Okay.
And so you're not even halfway through the night by the time you get here with the truck, all right?
All right.
While you're going up there and you get into this first outskirts of the city, you do see a couple of the drones, so you kind of pull over and go dark quick, and you do come across one Hell Driver patrol of
Okay.
Let's see, how many are in the patrol? So it's just a patrol of 2.
Okay.
And it's a little tense at first. They're like, oh, okay, friend, Flash, Thunder,
Friendly,
kind of thing.
friendly. Yeah.
And they're like, kind of curious why you're headed up this way. They're like, what's going on?
We need to talk. There's a fight coming. I guess we need to talk. Got another fight.
Yeah. Well, I think we're probably okay with that. What's needed from us?
People. We're gonna do another joint operation.
Okay. Who do you need to talk to? I can go get them for you.
Who do I need to talk to get people to fight?
Well, that's probably Alonia or Alona.
Then Alona will be the one we want to talk to, I think.
Okay. She's the leader of us.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know if they would be okay with us bringing you to our actual location. Are you okay staying here and we going to get her?
That's fine. But we need to make this happen yesterday, or we're all in some pretty deep water. You know what?
Okay.
That's probably just more reason for us to go.
Well, I don't know if they're okay with us letting you see the camp. I know you want to be quick. I can be there and to our camp in roughly an hour and an hour back in about 2 hours. If you don't care,
Could you like maybe take us halfway so that there's less distance? We know where the camp is at.
What?
That's already well known knowledge, isn't it?
They you don't know that what's been told to the other hell drivers yet.
Yeah, I know.
These guys are shocked at that information.
Okay.
And
I'll probably say, well, I mean, tell Lena if you want, but probably don't tell everyone.
well, the one turns to the other and says, "What do you think, Shorty? Should we go ahead and just take him in?" He kind of scratches his cheek.
We can wait outside too. That's helpful.
Yeah, like we don't need to go inside. I just need to talk to her now. You know, because we want this done again yesterday. This is about keeping the pirates from having a lot more nasty fighters.
Well, I mean, we got no reason to not trust you. But I'm until somebody tells me it's okay to bring you straight to the base. I'll bring you halfway there, but you're gonna have to wait while we go and
Sounds
check.
perfect. We can wait. That's fine.
So they say, okay, can we ride with you? And because they're on foot.
Yeah. Oh heck yeah. Jump on in.
So they take you to here.
Open the door.
And we'll call that an explored zone now. Truck right there. Okay, so they take off, and they go directly north. You notice when they leave.
Right.
And it, about 45 minutes goes by, and it's about an hour. You notice there's some drones that are close to your area, but nothing directly over flights. And then about an hour and 20 minutes later, a group of them come from the northwest. So they're making they're coming out of B2 into C3. Okay. So you're figuring your information's probably very correct about where their base is. And it's actually, when they come up, it's a group of 25 of them.
That's fine.
And they're not coming in hostile or anything. But
Yeah.
at the head of the show is Alona.
Okay.
And she's kind of thin, tall, and she's got blue hair. And yeah, something interesting about her. Perkin and Velvet make give me a scout roll. She's a mutant. But by all appearances, she sure looks human to you.
Okay.
I get an extra nose wriggle, but not much.
Alonia says, hello. Phaser says that you have something that's extremely important that you need help with another mission. I've brought our people ready to go. I'm sounds like this is very important, so I thought I'd better come as well. I've also brought with me Gaffa, Somi, Turnbill, Rafe. Those are my basically my top leaders. We've all come with you, with this group to help you. What needs to be done?
We have a facility we need to attack, and I'll pull out the map.
Okay.
I'll point at it on the map.
Okay. Well, that's just a little to the southwest of us.
Yep. Let me tell you a little bit about what we're going up against and why. Our mutual friends, as you now no doubt have noticed, now have weird dogs.
Well, we've noticed that, and we had one group that got in a tussle with some of these pirates, and one of them, when they shot it, it didn't bleed red. It was like a white milky substance, and it was not actually human.
Nope. The pirates are printing them. That's where this facility is. They've started printing.
She kind of looks
other
at you like
things as well.
she's not getting the printing word. She doesn't understand that.
Okay. They're building them.
Building them. They figured out how to
Mhm.
build these automatons
Yeah, they build the machines there.
at this facility,
Yes,
Correct.
along with people,
and they're
And
robot
other
people.
stuff with pointy bits.
and they're is that what? Why are they doing that?
To bolster their forces.
Why would they need to do that?
Apparently, when we attacked them last time, that was a lot of their people we took out, and they felt the need that they were running out of people, so they started making more. And not the old-fashioned way.
If you remember specifically, the one gentleman mentioned the rabbit attack.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that
Yep,
is
yep.
also a thing that caused them some
Yep.
serious hurt.
Yep. So, well, all right. Let's bring the battle to them. We're ready. And
Excellent.
they actually roll out a truck similar to yours, where
Okay.
between the two of you can get everybody on board these two trucks. So
Just
how do you?
Okay.
As a precaution, do you guys have anything against rot itself? Because there is some areas of that place that are corrupted.
Yeah. We can share the info that we have of the places that are actually have rot as well.
Let me check something real quick.
'Cause I felt like that's an important thing to note, because that's where I took my first and hopefully only rot point from.
Also, I don't know if you've ever come across equipment for it, but if you have any equipment that is suitable for dealing with robots, this is a great time to use it.
We wouldn't know what that would be. We just use our guns.
Fair enough. We'll bring some. We have a few.
Now you didn't mention it, but are you saying you brought the EMP pistols that you found?
Oh, we didn't bring that, no. But when we bring our forces for that, because we're actually going to want to roll out back to the Ark and get the Ark strapped up and ready to go too, and then we'll meet up. I'll
Okay,
give them
so-
one of the radios.
So you're actually going to bring the help drivers to your Ark?
No, of course not.
Oh, okay.
No, we'll bring them to a spot. Then we'll leave, go get our guys, come back, and then travel together.
Okay. All right. So where do you want to drive to and stop?
Relative to the map right here, it is directly west of which node?
E.
E?
Yep.
Okay.
Let me double check that again. I've looked at it 4 times and I'm still like, okay, is that right? Yes. Directly west of E.
Okay. So we'll bring them to F3 so that they still have the cover of the city from the helicopters that they can,
Okay.
not quite be seen, and then we'll go down, grab our guys, come back.
Okay. So at this point, are you, you've gone all night? Are you going to just go ahead and go sleepless at this point? Oh no, you were sleeping on the way up there and everything, weren't you? Never mind.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you're catching Z's. Okay. So, all right, what are you going to try to bring from the Ark? Oh, hang on. I do want to
energy
replace something.
rifles.
When you stop, what are you going to tell Alona? She says, "What is this? What are we stopping here for?"
No, I would want to talk about that before we ever got to the stopping point.
Okay. Okay, so she says, "So you're unwilling to bring us to your base, yet you know where ours is?"
To be fair, you guys weren't really willing to bring us to your base.
No, but I find myself at a bit of a disadvantage in that you know where ours is.
There's a council I have to talk to first about telling you where we are, but if I can make that happen, I will. For now, we'll just have to be at a disadvantage. I know it's not great, it's not comfortable, but you'll just have to trust us for a second.
We've trusted you quite a bit so far, and I want to continue to trust you, but you understand from my point of view, this could be that you've drugged me to somewhere for an ambush and plan to wipe out a significant portion of my people.
I understand, and whatever you do next is your decision. But take care, because if I'm lying about all of this, or if I'm telling the truth about all of this, then you'll be overrun by robots and monsters within a couple weeks, and so we'll all die together.
So she's kind of looks at her top guys there, and she says, "Okay, I'll tell you what." And she points right at Chev and says, "He stays with us, and he's the first to die if this is a
That's fine.
backstab."
Chev, well, I guess I have to check with Chev first.
Yeah,
Chev,
you want to check with Chev to make sure it's okay with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hang
Shev's
on a
okay with
second.
that.
Hang
Okay.
on a second. Hang on a second. You drive the truck. I don't. Let me stay.
She says that Alona says that's okay. That's fine. We'll take Velvet.
Okay.
All right. So you head on back down to the Ark then. And are you going to go ask the council?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Give
How
me
are you
everything. Give me all the troops you got that we can muster for this.
And how are you going to
They're
present?
ready. They are ready to go.
Okay. How are you going to present the request to see the base?
To see the base? Well,
Yeah.
for now, I'm just going to request to tell them where the base is. We can figure out a thing about seeing the base later.
Okay. Interesting. The council's kind of split on that. They said we've worked well with them in the past, and we seem to have a good relationship, but and of course, Suchet points out, well, we know where they are located. I could see why they would be uncomfortable with that knowledge and not know where our base is. And they debate for a little bit and finally can come to the consensus that it's okay to tell them where we're at. But they would prefer you not bring them if at all possible.
We're going to have to do that at some point if we want them to keep working with us. And that's the decision, really. Either they know where we are and we bring them at some point, or we stop working with them.
Give me a manipulate roll.
I am going to push.
Oh, okay. Four successes. They say, okay, if they want to see our location, they capitulate and say that's fine. We want to continue to work with them, and we need to take the risk to do that. So they're good with it. They're willing to only send 6, maybe another 8, 6 or 8 fighters with you this time.
We'll take the 8, and we'll need to bring the EMP rifles as well.
Okay, they don't mind that, but the
could we bring
8.
some of the extra plate carriers as well?
Yes, you can
Okay.
load them up. They're willing to give you all of those that you need,
Perfect.
except the 4 that were taken by the guys that helped you the first time.
Of course.
Yeah, that's theirs.
That's their that's their that's their status symbol as an elite fighting force at this point. Okay, whatever extra plate carriers we can, I'd love to take. And I'd probably actually like to give some of those to the Hell Drivers.
Okay, like maybe to her command staff and Alona.
Yep.
Just doing a little figuring here. Okay, so when you get ready to leave, it's basically very early morning when you get ready to leave the Ark. The bug flying around my face. Anything else besides the EMP, the 8 people, the plate carriers? You're bringing. You want to try to. Do you want to take the time to whip up some more pipe bombs and such? That'll take you. By the way, mark off all of your Molotovs and your pipe bombs. You used every bit of those in your attack. If that'll take better part of the day if you're going to do that.
I don't want to do both. I'd like to try and do one, maybe something easy like the pipe bombs, or not the pipe bombs, the Molotovs.
Okay, the Molotovs will take 3 or 4 hours to get those all together. Give me a dice roll for your brew potions.
What?
Brew potions, and you get a bonus. You'll get a bonus for your lab, and then the bonus for your helpers helping you. So I think that's a total of plus 5.
So, okay, what would you like? Just a flat 5, or
yeah, just give me 5 dice.
What?
Yeah, just give me 5 dice. So 2 successes. Roll a. Give me. Go ahead and roll me 2d10 because you're getting pretty good at this.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Roll that again. Come on, man. Don't embarrass me like this. There you go.
You're getting pretty good. You only managed to make 2.
But they're really good ones.
Yeah, man. All right, so you get 10 Molotovs made.
Okay, perfect. That's it.
And that takes a couple more hours. So by the time you roll out, it's late morning, noon. By the time you get up there, it's late afternoon.
That's only gonna take us what, like an hour?
Yeah. One. So let's you get there. At the time you get back, it's basically daybreak. You have your conversation with the council. That probably takes 30 minutes, 45 minutes. You go and you sit down at your lab and make some Molotovs for an hour and a half, 2 hours. So you're looking, that's late morning. By the time you round up the 8 people and get them geared out and everything tricked out, I mean, you're talking late in the day, it's or late in the morning rather. And by the time you walk the hour or 2 hours, it's up there, half hour for each block. So 2 hours to get up there or drive up there, rather. It's early afternoon.
It wouldn't be 2 hours to drive up there, would it?
30 minutes per block. It's an hour if you walk.
Okay.
30 minutes half the time if you're driving.
Those are well.
That's why it's only an hour and 30 or 30 minutes. Yeah.
All right, gotcha.
Yep.
That's right, because 4 hours is walking blind.
Yep.
Never mind.
Yep. Yep.
So question: how do they
Yes.
treat Velvet while everyone else is gone?
Beautifully. You've got several that are curious that you can tell that some of them have never seen an animal mutant before, so there's some fascination there.
Oh
But
God!
Alona makes sure.
I did
Huh?
not think about that.
But Alona makes sure it doesn't. None of them get too. It's like, okay, you're creeping her out. Get out. It's like, come on. No, you cannot pet her. Go. It's like, it's just kind of keep some of the Loki loos down, and she just has you know polite conversation with you, curious, how many animal mutants are. They want to talk about that a little bit, because again, it's kind of a new thing for them to see that. But no, you're treated very well. Make sure that you've got water, food, anything you want. They don't bind you. They don't restrain you. They don't keep you from moving anywhere you want. They just got a couple guys that are watching you, and if you're going to try to make a run for it, they'd probably try to stop you.
Yeah, she's
So,
not going to. In fact, to the point where she'd actually put down her bow and arrows and just set them aside so they can
yeah,
just
I
see
mean
that
it's
she's not even.
highly highly cordial. Um, when you get there, Alona is first question is what's the decision on noting of coming to your base? Seems to be a bit of a
We
game.
will take you there.
Okay. Um, do we have time to do that now, or is this something we need to do?
I would prefer if we didn't. I think that if they have even one more robot, it's a problem for us.
So
'Cause
she
they're
whips.
starting to make big spiky ones.
Okay, so she whips out a map. She says, "Then I'll settle for the location right now."
Yep, and I'll mark it on the map.
Okay. Thank you. That makes me feel much better.
We brought other things as well.
Oh, and is very much grateful for that. They pass out the equipment that you've brought for them, uh, and yeah, they're ready to roll that way. So I need a stalker roll for up this way. And this is new territory even for the Hell Drivers. They have not been here.
Okay.
Somebody want to roll Cilia?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Really? Can she push?
Yeah, I'll let it happen.
I understand it'll take damage to the gear, but
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
better.
Most excellent. So the rumbling of the two trucks pretty well keeps anything from really kind of popping its head out. So it's pretty clear. Oops, that's the wrong layer. This it is kind of slow going. This is a really roughed up area of the city. So yeah, it takes you unless you want to spend one of those successes on having your time. It does take the full 4 hours to get through there.
Yeah, we'll burn the time
Okay,
because this
so
is wow. We'll be doing this next attack within a day, within a day and a half.
yeah, roughly a day and a half.
Boom boom.
Yeah. Okay, so once you get to
That's
here, I need another roll, and you're approaching nighttime at this point. Um, you've kind of been through the day, and you'll need to be making a decision if you want to push on and have part sleep and part not, etc., etc.
Ilona, what do you think?
If this is as important as you
You know
say,
your
I
men
think
better.
we should push on,
Then we push.
and half of us can sleep while the rest of us stay awake and watch the road. So go ahead and give me another stalker roll, this time with the 2 missing from your year. Okay, excellent. You want to use some speed on that one?
Yep.
Now, are you going to go ahead and not explore, or do you want to explore the map? I should have asked you on the last one.
If we use the quarter time one, we can't count that area as explored. So
That's correct. You can't. So, do you want to explore it?
no, we're gonna take quarter time.
Quarter time. Okay. All right. So let me get you moved here. All right. So you're here, and it's dusky. It's the lights getting low. You're actually using the headlights on the truck, kind of thing. When suddenly to the north, it gets very, very bright, like ultra white, sharp light from the north. And when you look, it up here. And when you look, it is the brightest, just a bright ball of white, hot light. And after the count of about 2 or 3 seconds, a shock wave hits you, and you see actually a dust wave. And after things kind of settle down and you get your bearings, you see a mushroom cloud up there. And Lona and everybody's kind of like, that was a large explosion that looks like it may have been at our base.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sure does, doesn't it?
And she's asking, can we go there now?
Okay, I want to be very, very careful with the way that I do this next thing. Especially since she's already kind of suspicious. Which is fair. She should be.
She hasn't got her people through this time in history not
By
being slightly
nice.
suspicious. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think anyone survived that?
Well, we need to find out. Our bunker is underground.
Oh, it's underground? Okay,
Yeah.
that helps significantly.
Would you believe that's not the first time I've seen that happen?
Several of her people are saying, we need to get up there now. What are we waiting for?
100% this is a distraction. This is absolutely a distraction. This is the pirates throwing everything they've got because they are desperate.
Pretty much, yeah.
And I'd say as much. Because they know if we take this base, it's over for them. I know that you need to send people back. I know that you do. And truthfully and honestly, I wouldn't stop you. But we need to take this base now, not a day more. If you can leave us anyone to take with us to take the base, please.
She says, okay.
If you want to get back at the pirates, I know we don't know how badly you've been hurt yet, but if you want to get back at the pirates, the way to do it is to take that base now.
Alona says, I understand, and I understand what the stakes are, but we have family and loved ones there that we have to check on, and if we can, get them out. I'm going to take several back, and I will leave you some of my people here to go on. And there's some rumbles from several of the I don't want to stay here. I want to go. They want to go and try to find. They call out different names and stuff, and boils down. She says, I can leave you. Once everybody finishes hashing it out, she says, I can leave you 8 people.
Okay. It's at that point that Perkin will step up to the group of them, and he'll say, I know that you're scared for your loved ones right now, and I know that you being over there means so much. I won't take anyone who won't volunteer, but I need to say that we need your help to make this happen, or else this, and he points over at the mushroom cloud, could happen again and again and again. Because the pirates don't deserve to be on this planet anymore.
Roll your manipulate.
And he'll gesture over towards the mushroom cloud. Okay. Bonuses?
No.
Okay.
Straight manipulate.
I'm only looking for the 8. Okay. I'm only looking for the 8, but I would like them to be volunteers. No,
Well, you've got
not
8
voluntold.
8 have volunteered to stay already.
I'm going to push that. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's all I'm looking for. I'm not trying to undermine Alona. I'm trying to make sure that all 8 of the people that I got are people that want to come.
Oh, well, that yeah, there was 8 of them that were okay with it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I don't want to. I'm not trying to undermine Alona here.
Oh, okay, all right.
Morale bonus, maybe?
Maybe we could have a morale bonus. I mean, they did just kind of nuke someone.
The morale bonus in what way?
I mean, I was only half joking.
That we feel that we're backed into a corner and we have to fight.
Oh, well,
like
I personally would like to see you roll the manipulate again. You said you were going to push it. I'd like to see you push it. I'd kind of like to see you push your manipulate roll.
That's better.
2 additional people stay after your speech. They ask so and so to look for so and so and stuff, and that gets you 2 additionals. So a total of 10 L drivers step up, and Alona says that we'll get there as soon as we can. Do you want us to meet you there or back at your arc?
There.
Okay, so at the
we might
space.
Not be done fighting yet.
So opens up the map, and you show her where on the map, and they take off in their truck. And
bruh,
we gave her a radio, right?
Perkin said I did earlier.
yeah, you can. I mean,
yeah,
that's fine.
We did.
Yeah.
How can I can't. The pirates just nuked someone. I'm not gonna be able to be like, oh wait, but some of them are good now. Like, that's not gonna work anymore. They just dropped a nuke. Like,
I'm
okay,
just gonna leave this giant.
Right.
I'm gonna leave this giant note that says, I'm gonna write it out in very nice cursive. It's gonna say, "I told you so."
No, but listen, that's the thing though, is that there are going to be some people in there that didn't know that a nuke was about to happen. Kids.
Obviously, but if they shoot at me, they are history.
Non-combatants. But no, I mean, how do I even sell that? The non-combatants deserve to live after this?
Because some of them are us.
They literally nuked someone's home. I can't sell that.
Well, now, you that is going to be difficult, but there are going to be people that you come across that had no idea. I mean, that's leadership's decision to be doing that.
I know that's leadership's decision, but that's the thing, is I don't have to convince the leadership of this group. I have to convince the average man who just lost his wife and children in nuclear fire.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing a real world example of that right now in Russia. You've got leaders that are doing things, and the populace is like, whoa, 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 whoa,
Sure, but unless the population inside of the pirates' base shows a noticeable amount of resistance to the leadership at this point, it's not going to matter. Or it probably won't matter. I mean, because whether or not it matters is ultimately up to you. Though I'd like to, we do a good bit of negotiating on that. But anyway, I don't have to make that argument yet, so I'm not going to.
Mm-hmm.
At least we
That
have the
makes sense.
benefit of not being next to that explosion this time.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. We pulled all the leadership out at the perfect time.
you're
goodness.
you're 2 miles out. So this was a small, if you could say quote unquote small nuke,
Small, yeah.
and you don't want to wait on them. You want to head on in.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna move into the next map. All right. So
Oh, I
give
do
me
not miss those days.
yeah.
No, I do not.
All right. Give me a stalker roll for this one here.
Where are you at, Cilia? Why'd you disappear? There you are.
See, it was like nukes. I'm out. Mic drop. Going home.
Yeah, she was like, okay, I'm going home.
It's like, I don't feel comfortable not being a main character here, so I'm just gonna go back to the heart.
I'm a red shirt. I'm a red shirt. I don't want to be a red shirt.
Picks up her stalker suitcase and puts on her stalker fedora and just walks on back home.
Okay, are you going to use speed to get through that?
Yeah.
Basically, not explore it.
Yep.
Next one. Same thing.
Same thing.
God. We have a radio back to base, yeah.
Yeah, you can.
I imagine we should probably tell them what just happened.
Yep. We
Okay.
should, shouldn't we?
They are appropriately horrified.
I mean, hell, they probably saw part of it if anyone was sitting outside at the time.
That they would have felt that.
As far as like trusting the hell drivers go, we should let them know that, like, hey, we've still got 10 of their guys with us to make this attack. We can make it work. And we're doing that right now.
Okay. Yeah, they would have asked about the status of the attack and everything. And
it's off to a great start.
All right, so you're ready to roll into the hex here. You gonna proceed in? Okay.
Yep.
All right, so this is probably where we need to stop for the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because that what comes next is going to be bloody and nasty, I would say.
That's fair.
Conservatively. XP time, because I don't want to upset Velvet.
I have, due to my new designation as kind of tank, I have a lot of things I need to buy now.
Gotcha. All right. Did you participate? Yes. Did you perform a day's work? Yes. Did you explore one new zone? Yes. Let's see here. Sacrifice or risk something to mess with the NPC you hate. Yes. I'll give everybody that point.
For once, we have legitimately earned that.
You absolutely messed with them. I was considerably worried about how that attack was going. I thought, oh, goodness, we could end up with a TPK here. But you guys pulled it out. Let's see, do you risk or sacrifice some of the NPC you want to keep safe? I'm going to say yes. You're risking to keep NPCs safe. So, anyway, you get 5 XP for tonight. That's enough to buy anything you want, pretty much. Skill, talent. It's a good thing.
I suppose I have to get good footwork now.
Are talents from Elysium available? Ones that would be applicable?
I linked the ones that I thought would work because most of
Oh, I know you did, and there was one in there that I really want.
Which one is it?
It's the sneak attack one. Swap out your fight for your sneak when you make a sneak attack.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
The ones I didn't pick up were ones that require something specific from Elysium, like a type of weapon that you wouldn't find anywhere else, or something to do with being specifically human that wouldn't work.
Yeah, you did a good job of vetting those out for me. So basically, if Nairobi's got them posted, they're probably good to go. Just let me know so we can, if there's something I want to question about it, we can. Okay. But if it makes sense for the character, I'm not going to have a problem with it. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end the recording for the night here.
Thank you for watching another episode of Mutant Year Zero. We appreciate you stopping by. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you're notified when we upload new content. We hope to see you next episode. Thanks for joining us for Mutant Year Zero.